Kia ora guys, girls and pals, I'm IRLS and you're watching the Wholesome Report, your monthly dose of hope for humanity. This is the news show where we take a retrospective look back and dissect some of the funny, positive, and offbeat news that's happened all around the world. This is now our third episode, which means I should probably be getting a bit of a budget, but evidently no. In fact, I've had the opposite. As you can see, my desk has been replaced. I mean, it was originally just a plank of wood on top of two sawhorses, but at least the plank was painted back then. There's nothing worse than a naked plank, I'm telling you this. It's not even level. I had to use a glove to prop it up. Anyway, as per usual, this show will be broken up into 3 segments. First off, we'll look at world news and have a good time looking over it, and we're gonna live, laugh. I've done that wrong. After world news, we'll take a brief dive into my life with Alice's news, for those of you that care. And after that, we'll take a quick look through my Discord and look at some of your news. Why waste any time? Let's get this shiny new ball rolling along the deep green, luscious field of positivity. Breaking news from around the world. 15 sets of twins are graduating from one New York high school. A high school in the suburbs of New York City will be seeing double on graduation day this weekend. Among the nearly 500 students in its graduating class, 30 are twins. It's a tight-knit group. Some of the students at Long Island's Plainview Old Bethpage John F. Kennedy High School, longest school name I've ever seen, by the way, have known each other since kindergarten, their parents meeting through a local twins club. Can you imagine having enough twins in your community to have a twins club? I've only ever properly met one set of twins in my life, and they propositioned me, which is weird. This is just funny though. I mean, what is the probability of having twins? 3 or 4 per every 1,000 births. Now if we look at this, 530. Let me do some quick maths with the probability here. I think, and I have just done this in my head, so it might be wrong, that is a difference of 0.4% to 6%. What f***ing eldritch being are New York City parents sacrificing things to in order to increase the probability of having twins by 15 times? I just thought that was funny. Next up, a very important one. Chris Evans skips Cannes Film Festival premiere to be with mom on her 70th birthday. Some things you just can't miss. Ah, that is so cute. I also skipped the Cannes Film Festival to be with Chris Evans' mom. Ayo! Also, side note, not even remotely relevant, but in New Zealand we say mum instead of mom, but to be completely honest, I am fully on the side of the Americans with this one. Mom is better. Call me mommy. If you call me mummy, I'm going to slap you. One of the Avengers star's latest films, Honey Don't, had its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival in France on Friday, May 23, though he was absent from the red carpet. Evans, 43, explained why he missed the premiere with a message on his Instagram stories. I wish I could have been with my incredible cast and filmmakers at Cannes, he wrote, but it was my mother's 70th birthday and there are some things you just can't miss. Congrats everyone. 70! That's a big number. Good call, Chris. Also, totally off-topic positive news. This is what an article should be like. I'm talking about the news page. Look at this, it's got a progress bar as you scroll down the article. That is amazing. Why does every news site not do that? Oh, this next news story is really amazing. London woman off insulin for type 1 diabetes after a single dose of experimental manufactured stem cells. Medical technology, man. This is insane! Amanda Smith celebrates the day August 1 nearly 2 years ago when she stopped taking insulin to manage her type 1 diabetes, just a few months after getting a dose of experimental stem cells as part of a study. In a study published by the New England Journal of Medicine, researchers report that of the 12 patients who received a single dose of the stem cells, it eliminated the need for insulin in 10. For Amanda, the treatment has been a blessing. This just blows my mind, because as long as I can remember, and I've known quite a few people with diabetes, in fact some people in my family, for as long as I can remember, diabetes was always a, oh f***, I guess I've just got to deal with that for the rest of my life situation. This is an incredible medical progression. Now, of course, it's not a perfect therapy. Further on in the article, they talk about, some trade-offs and some risks and stuff. For example, they have to take immunosuppressive medications because if they don't, then their immune system will kill the stem cells. But for most, it's manageable, and to be honest, I think for most, the chance of being able to live without fear of diabetes, which is a massive threat to your life and your livelihood, worth the risk. Hopefully it continues to improve, and in a few years we have the problem solved entirely. That is absolutely amazing. Now for something that is almost more important. Photos of top surfing dogs catching waves at Huntington Beach. Yeah! That is radical! Oh, oh my gosh. Word of the day, by the way. Look at this. That dog is having the time of her life. Dude, can I body swap with one of these dogs? These motherfuckers are cooler than I will ever be in my entire life. I can't even use a boogie board. I can't even swim. Look at him. 11-year-old terrier Carson catches a wave during the annual Incredible Dog Challenge Western Regional Surfing Competition in Huntington Beach, California. This should be a international event. I want this in the Olympic Games. Get on top of it, Blizzard. It's all fun and games until one of them shits, to be honest. Lambda Legal, a non-profit supporting LGBTQ+ rights, exceeded fundraising goal by $105 million. Look at that face! That is a man who is equipped to fight the rebellion. Fight for the rebellion. The non-profit legal aid group Lambda Legal, which advocates for LGBTQ+ rights, has raised $285 million at a time when attacks on the rights of gay, intersex, and transgender people have again intensified. Now, I don't want to delve too deeply into that because this is supposed to be a wholesome show, but I wanted to highlight this because Lambda Legal does amazing work, and this is just brilliant news for queer people in America. Lambda Legal CEO Kevin Jennings announced the results on Thursday, saying the group exceeded its original fundraising goal by $105 million. I think this is a statement by the LGBTQ+ community that we will not go back. The non-profit has won court cases that ended bans on gay marriage in 2015 and that abolished laws that criminalized sex between gay adults in 2003. It launched the fundraising campaign quietly in 2022 in response to a wave of bills in state legislature that targeted LGBTQ+ rights. Amazing. Keep fighting the good fight. And now for a change of pace. Boy struck by lightning in New York City's Central Park says he feels lucky. What? Okay, I've got double what on this title. First of all, boy struck by lightning. What? Says he feels lucky. What? A 15-year-old boy says he feels pretty lucky after being struck by lightning in Central Park on Thursday when a round of thunderstorms swept through New York City. Yasin Khalifa, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, a high school sophomore told Wabka TV he was in the park with friends enjoying a picnic when the storm suddenly rolled in. I leaned up against a tree and I told them, oh guys, let's ride out the storm, which in hindsight might not have been the best idea. You think? Khalifa said he was knocked unconscious for several minutes. Dude. Okay, no, I get the lucky. Lucky to be alive. Very lucky to be alive. I think in general, they say like if you've been unconscious for more than a minute, you are in trouble of brain damage and shit like that. Holy crap. You might ask why this is on the Wholesome report. The honest truth is I don't know. I thought it was offbeat and weird. Apparently I'm pretty lucky because my spine was directly against the tree and no nerve damage happened. There you go. There you go. Survived a lightning strike. There you go. That's wholesome. Next article. Woman diagnosed with breast cancer at 100 years old is now cancer-free at 101. I guess you might say she was really giving us a schooling of Cancer 101. I'm not sorry for that joke. Lane Horwich was diagnosed with stage 1. Why is this first sentence such a tongue twister? Oh my god. Lane Horwich was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer at age 100. I was putting on my nightgown one night and realized there was a lump there. Horwich's granddaughter took her for a mammogram where doctors confirmed the diagnosis, but she didn't let her age stop her from fighting. I wanted it out, Horwich said. I was so happy I didn't have a stroke or a heart attack because I would have been incapacitated. Amazing. Fuck cancer. One psychedelic psilocybin dose eases depression for years, study reveals. Half a decade after receiving a psychedelic treatment for depression, 2/3 of patients in a new study remained in remission. Is it ADHD or... Sorry, I've been distracted by the ads. Is it ADHD or high IQ putting water on your toothbrush before you put toothpaste? Bruh, that's just being a human being. I feel like I have to take this now. Everyone, you're about to see my IQ on display. My immense IQ. Take a test. Woo! Okay, I like to solve complex problems. Sure. I prefer, yeah. Choose your answer. That one. That one. That one. That one. You are doing faster than 95% of all test participants. What can I say? God damn, the 20, oh my god, I'm gonna be here for a while. Bear with me. If this doesn't tell me I am a giga mega genius, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm so confused by this one. I'm just gonna say that one. I didn't expect this to be so long.
That's what she said.
I'm actually try-harding this. I'm slightly embarrassed. It got really hard for a minute there, and now it's just back to being easy. What's going on? Okay, I've got no idea what the f this means. Okay, calculating my IQ score. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Oh god, what is it? I'm actually going to put in my email address for this. Thank me later. I've gotten so distracted. Get my IQ certificate now. They want me to pay $1 now. Fine, I'll do it for the meme. I'll do it for the meme. Start 7-day free trial. Oh god, this is gonna cost me so much money. Okay, show me. Get my IQ certificate now. I've done it, you cunt. No. No. This is the most dodgy shit ever. Alice in Wonder. Sure. There we go. 117! Is now a good time to point out that I don't believe in IQ scores? Make of that what you will. I reckon this is bullshit. Anyway, now I need to cancel that subscription. Oh my god, I've just gotten so distracted. Cancel. Oh my god, it wants me to cancel using a chatbot. I did this for you. For content. Okay, cancelled. Blah, blah, blah. Half a decade after receiving a psychedelic treatment for depression, 2/3 of patients in a new study remained in remission. How rare is your... Oh god. At some point I'm gonna need to just start taking this stupid test. Dude, I paid $1 for that IQ test. It's total bullshit as well. Psilocybin, the main psychoactive ingredient in magic mushrooms, can alleviate depression for at least 5 years after a single dose, a new study finds. The research, presented June 18 at the Psychedelic Science 2025 conference in Denver, focused on patients with major depressive disorder, which is often called clinical depression. The serious mood disorder causes a persistent feeling of sadness and a loss of interest or pleasure in activities that were once enjoyable. The most common treatments for MDD include talk therapy and medications such as SSRIs, and both can take a long time to show any benefits. Now, magic mushrooms are very interesting. I don't know if this is controversial to admit, but like, you know, I've been around a bit. I've been to a few parties. I've done a lot of my own experiences. I have taken quite a few drugs in my time. Magic mushrooms are, I think, an interesting one. They're pretty safe, they're not very addictive, and they are quite fun. And I can definitely see how they would help clinical depression. So I just find this really interesting, and I think it's a positive stride in the right direction for the treatment of major depressive disorders. Another treatment for major depressive disorders is, of course, money. Give me money. Once all of the patients had completed the 4-week study, the psilocybin appeared to be 4 times more effective than traditional antidepressant medications. This is amazing and could help a lot of people. Last article! AI company files for bankruptcy after being exposed as 700 Indian engineers. Why is this on the Wholesome report? Because I find it funny. This is hilarious to me. A $1.5 billion AI company backed by Microsoft, no less, had shuttered after its neural network was discovered to actually be hundreds of computer engineers based in India. I want to do this. I want to trick and deceive the AI bros at big tech corporations out of billions of dollars. Can we start doing this with trans girls? Can we make a hive mind trans girl artificial intelligence, please? Can I be the CEO? Can I make millions of dollars off of it and then put that $1 million towards, like, I don't know, Lambda Legal or something? Or just, you know, weaponry to invade America? This is just hilarious to me, okay? Because it's not a particular secret. I'm not a fan of AI, okay? I understand some people are very interested in it. I don't have a problem with its use as a general tool, you know? If I want you to make an awesome spreadsheet or help me sort some numbers or whatever. But I object very, very, very strongly when it comes into contact with creativity. I don't think people should use AI art. I am very much against that, and because of that, I'm very much against AI. And so this is hilarious to me because it's like, basically the AI tech bros got duped in the funniest way possible by a bunch of Indian computer engineers, which I think is beautiful. Get f***ed, Silicon Valley, get f***ed. 1.5 billion, Microsoft backed the neural network with a $455 million investment. Oh man, every time I asked that AI if my butthole looked good. Anyway, time for the next section of the show, Alice's news. For those of you that care about what's going on in my life. Not much has happened in the last month, I'll be completely honest, but actually that's a lie, a lot has happened. A lot of things I have to be excited for. One of those is I've released merchandise, new merchandise, which you can, sorry, I have to do this. It's shameless. I know, but I have to do this. Stealth Queer Army insignia, so you can wear Pride merch without outing yourself. We have it in jumpers, shirts, bottles, caps, stickers, anything you want, we got it, baby. We also have, you know, the standard wings of queerdom on the back, Queer Army insignia on the boob, because I like to be close to your tit. And lastly, of course, we have the amazing new design, Alice in Wonderland's America's Tour 2027. Totally not an invasion. It's just a band hoodie or t-shirt, not an invasion. But yeah, so that happened and I'm super excited about that because that was a really interesting way to express my creativity and I got a bunch of samples out of it. So I get to wear my own merch now. I'm that kind of YouTuber. Another thing I've been super excited about in the last month is that I'm actually getting quite good at guitar. Like, this is wild, but I haven't practiced this hard, this regularly for like, since I first started playing. And like, I'm fully like shredding now. It took me like 3 months to get back into practice, but I'm pretty stoked with how I can play these days. Further from that, as I get better, I've actually been feeling really creative for the first time in forever when holding an instrument. So I've actually started writing some music again, which is awesome. And I was thinking of making like a trans meme metal song and posting it on this channel because I think that would be really funny. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. I am a humongous metalhead if you couldn't tell by the previous riffs of the month. Speaking of, congratulations to at the Ogre Kingdom for correctly guessing last month's riff of the month. It was Antares by the band Novelists. Bonus point awarded. And now for the new riff of the month. Bonus point in the comments if you guess it. And the last thing I'm super excited about this year, again, it's music, I'm sorry, but I have discovered I have the coolest ability. I can do vocals and play guitar at the same time. And I'm not talking strumming, singing. I'm talking like and singing at the same time. It is awesome. I am so happy. But anyway, I'm so excited about this. I'm practicing this like every day. You know, I can scream or I can sing over like actual proper guitar riffs that are really hard to play and look really impressive. I feel like a god. I am so excited by it. So who knows, maybe the next riff of the month will have some vocals involved. And that is the end of Alice's news, which brings us to the final segment of this month's episode. Hashtag Little Wins, where we go into my Discord server, link is in the description by the way, and look at the hashtag Little Wins channel, which is your place to submit your little wins. Just little positive things that have happened in your life, things that you're happy about, things that you want to share. And we're gonna go over a few of them today because it's wholesome. If Discord would finish updating. Why are there so many Discord updates? Can someone explain this to me? Like, I swear every time I open Discord, which is not that irregularly by the way, every time I open Discord, I've got like 12 updates. Ridiculous, I hate it. Hashtag Little Wins! Okay, I got gendered correctly by a dog. Yes! Giga Chad dog moment. I'm not out IRL anywhere yet and was out somewhere where this cute little dog came up and started wanting me to fuss over him. His owners were like, huh, that's weird. Normally he only wants attention from females and doesn't really like men. Dog knows what's up. Finally did my first estrogen injection. Oh, that is exciting. Given my experience, I think people generally go onto injections after having spent some time on hormones. So this wouldn't be you starting hormones, but it's always exciting to get a more effective method of estrogen. Taylor says, just officially switched to name and pronouns at work today, which my company was able to update all my accounts and email and everything to my new name, even though they normally don't touch that, without a legal name change. Supportive in the workplace. That is good news. That always makes me happy to say. And my old job, which was amazing to me by the way, they did not even blink an eye. It was just like, that, and they changed all of my email addresses to my new name, all that stuff, and I never even got my name legally changed. Phoebe says, I have been prescribed E. Congratulations! You are about to embark on a perilous but quite fascinating journey. I wish you luck in all of your future endeavors. Octo35 says, thanks to Alice, I have accepted myself recently and just came out to some other queer friends and they were accepting. Yeah! I have the power to make people accept themselves! Congratulations! This is a reminder to all the rest of you out there watching from probably your bed at home. Love yourself! Or I will come and find you and I will make you run la. Oh. Going a little bit crazy. Little wins just get me so hyped up. I could punch this water. In fact, I am gonna punch this water bottle. Yeah! That hurt. Don't punch your Alice in Wonderland Stealth Queer Army insignia water bottle. Violet Blight says, got myself a bass. Been meaning to for weeks now, and now I'm already having such a good time with it. Yeah! Now you can be the butt of every guitarist's joke. No, but seriously, that's awesome. Playing an instrument is... I think you know already by the amount I've been gushing about it over the last few months, but playing an instrument is one of the coolest things I think you can do in life. So that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm gonna do 3 more. Queen Britannia says, first in my class to complete all my practical assessments in college and all my portfolio. You are way smarter than me. I got like an IQ score of 117 on a fake piece of test that extorted me out of $1. I didn't go to university. You got brains on you. Keep working them out. Make that brain a muscle, like how I've made my arm a muscle. Make this your brain. Irving says, I work at McDonald's and a total stranger in the drive-thru gave me $100. Jesus moment. Listen to the voices in your head. Spend it on sex toys. Sawyer says, I had my bottom surgery MTF. I'm doing well. Today I was able to walk around a lot more. Got Starbucks, saw a crow, It's raining outside, my little win is a perfect day. Aw, that's so sweet. Trust me, I know exactly how you feel. I have been there, and I wish you a short and successful and pain-free recovery. And that's all we have for this month's Wholesome Report. We've run out of time, I am so sorry. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Please consider hitting the bell icon as well if you didn't know already. YouTube has a tendency of suppressing queer content at the moment, so if you want to keep tabs on me and support me as much as possible, you need to hit that bell icon because otherwise you might not get notified when a video of mine comes out. If you want to support my channel and help me to make more videos, please consider hitting that join button below and becoming a member and being a commissioned officer in my queer army. You will serve with pride. And without further ado, last month we had one topic on, by the way, which was amazing. People seem to really enjoy that. I loved having him on, and I think I'm gonna try and make this show a avenue for collaborations going forward. So, make sure to put down in the comments who you wanna see me collaborate with on this show. Who do you think would be a good co-host for me? And I will reach out to them and make it happen. But until next time, toodles.